Yes, Christmas Central 2021. Did I just say that? Yes, I did. Let me say it again. Christmas Central 2021. Oh, that feels good to say. What's up, everybody? This is Bobby Gaines with perhaps my favorite rant of the year. Well, besides maybe like the Christmas countdown, but that's really more of a live stream. This is kind of a more... Well, actually, this isn't really scripted either, but we are here in the current site, not the future site, not the past site, but the current site of Christmas Central 2021. And just all the significance and awesomeness that brings. So what does 2021 have to offer that other Christmases didn't? Well, I tried to show it off a little bit in my Christmas Central showcase, but of course this is the part where I talk a little more in depth about it. And yeah, just going through things here. There's actually not as much new as you would think. Most notably on the center shelf, the kind of second shelf, the main shelf, we have the new Nutcracker kind of decoration with the train going around. Obviously a lot of focus on playful fun this year. I kind of mentioned this in my Christmas preview that at this point is like almost like 2 months old, if you can believe that. But I mentioned it in my Christmas preview for 2021 that this would be kind of a more return to form, if you will, after sort of a shift last year with 2020. And obviously green and white are my colors for the year. I love the green glow. I've always loved green lights. Back in 2016, I can remember how like the green and red really played well off each other, but I've never really focused just on greens, as weird as that sounds, because I'm at a point now with Christmas Central where I've done so many iterations of this, so at this point it's not necessarily about adding more, it's just about taking what I have and kind of, not reinventing it, but just finding new ways to emphasize different points. And I think probably the best example of that for this year is the Coke Gallery, which is literally what I refer to as the windowsill, full of Coke and Sprite bottles that are literally from past Christmases. And Coca-Cola has always had a pretty large significance in my Christmas displays, starting in 2018 when I had just the Coke factory. I've slowly added a few pieces since then, but then I'm like, well, what better way to honor that kind of weird tradition I have of drinking Coke on Christmas Day than to actually have the bottles that appeared in those videos. So I think it's pretty cool. I actually have a really cool idea for this year that I'm not going to say just yet because we still got a little ways to go till Christmas, but the Christmas season is here. It's out in full force. I have not had as much time as I would like to talk about it. I know I last addressed it when I talked about my logo, which is still really awesome, inspired by my grandfather, and just a ton of fun to make. And just like this Christmas Central was a ton of fun to design. From the beginning, you know, I kind of knew what direction I wanted to go in, kind of like last year. And last Christmas kind of played out exactly how I hoped. Now we'll see how this one goes, but I'm very optimistic in case you can't tell. Really embracing the green and white theme. I've already had a lot of great Christmas memories for this year. And, you know, I like to stop and kind of appreciate things as they're going on. And no better example than today, with the Christmas Central rant to officially open the Christmas season, which technically opened for me like a month ago. It's crazy to think how time flies, not just this year, but in general. I've been doing Christmas Central since 2009, as you guys know. It just started as kind of like a few extra Christmas lights, and it's just evolved into so much more year after year, to the point where I didn't even have room to put everything I wanted in here. So I actually moved some of it downstairs. There's lights outside. There's lights all around the place. But, I mean, the main emphasis today is in here, and obviously I'll talk about more of this, maybe in detail, depends on what people want, when I do the fireside chat eventually later this month, which I'm really looking forward to. But that's, again, is another topic for another day. A few things about this Christmas Central that I really appreciate, maybe more than past years, just because I've kind of put more of an emphasis on it. The bottom shelf, I feel like I really did a great job of filling that out. The bottom shelf of Christmas Central in past years has been maybe not a weak spot, but just not as strong as other shelves in the display. But this year I've really populated it with the carnival rides and the village from, you know, past years. But like I've kind of, in case you can't tell, there's kind of a mix of like village and carnival elements, which is obviously done on purpose. This whole year, this whole theme for Christmas 2021 was about the playfulness. I have a lot of toys on the actual display. On the actual logo and in the display. There's toys on the piano, which is also a pretty big part. Like, I really tried to maximize all the space I had this year, which I always do. But this year especially, I'm like, I got no room in here, first of all. But second of all, yeah, I have no room, but like I can still control, you know, what I do with the room I have. And to that end, in addition to the tree, in addition to everything else in here, the magic tracks are back, of course. And they're weaving all around the room, even a little bit outside the room, just circling around under the tree. There's even a little bridge that I added for this year. There's a ton of stuff. And believe it or not, for every idea that happened, there's like one or two ideas that I ended up not going with. But the end result is obviously something that speaks for itself. And like I said, I look forward to many more memories in here, particularly with the fireside chat, Christmas countdown, all that great stuff still to come. But no, I'll be interested to see your thoughts in the comments. But for right now, just kind of introducing everybody to Christmas Central, reintroducing everybody to Christmas Central, because it's just so mind-blowing to think that this time is already back. But that said, we still got a few more weeks to go. I'm excited to see how it plays out. Like I said, love to hear your thoughts and comments below. We will see you very soon.